Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
I always enjoy reflecting on Matt Ryan's career at this stage because when he came out of the draft, he was a number 3 pick overall. There were plenty of doubters out there about whether he should have gone in that slot. I don't think you can find any of those doubters now. One of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Ryan. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
Shrugs off another. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Mahomes now on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Take over 1st and 10.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive. That threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down and run.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Patrick Mahomes sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by...
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
7-yard line.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And incredibly, now a hit and a loose football. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And they'll wind up getting this with all... way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
At their own 37-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, perfect.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Number 88.
The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
28.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
For Kansas City.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly a hit and a loose football. Oh, good return up past the 30. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, 27 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Pass complete. A fumble on the play.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Ryan's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
At the 44-yard line.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory.
43 yards.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown.
8 yards on the touchdown. 35-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And another tackle broken. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it. That can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your...
Will be fielded inside the 5. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into... Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my Apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10. At their own 27-yard.
Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our player spotlight. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The first possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now an option play on 2nd down. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Past the 20. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Ryan now off the bootleg. And this is going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now Ryan on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are in for 6.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
For Atlanta.
This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to go up top again. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is caught. But how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how. And in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Harrison
Butker now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
37-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down, Falcons.
Just like that. 53's the mark. 53.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Eric Berry there
to throw again. Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He'll drop this down to Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. Fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Mahomes throwing on fourth. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'll probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredible, now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
Touchdown.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
14.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Short. Now a hit and a loose football. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. An incredible, now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Recovered by the Chiefs.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
A gain of 2.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Ryan's pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put